You scratch my back, I scratch yours. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Dineth Keragala.
It was the middle of the night. My best friend in the driver's seat, myself in the passenger seat, and a drunk man covered in his own vomit passed out in the back seat. Contest chair, ladies and gentlemen. A few months ago, me and some of my friends were invited to this party. There was booze, loud music, dancing, beautiful girls, and overall, it was looking to be a really fun night. So what happened? Well, while I was having this lovely conversation with this really beautiful girl I just met, I was interrupted by my best friend, Lakmal. Lakmal exclaims that one of our friends has had a little too much to drink and he requires our assistance. So I excused myself and followed Lakmal to find this drunk of us. And we found him, standing in the corner of a room, looking a little dazed and lost, but otherwise seemed fine. So I approached him. I gently asked him, "Hey, are you alright?" He looks at me, dead in the eyes, and then and falls flat on his face. Lakmal suggested that we take him back to his apartment so that he can rest up. But I didn't want to leave just yet. I still had that cute girl waiting for me. So I started coming up with all these excuses. I asked, "Are you sure you can't handle this by yourself?" Lakmal simply pointed at the drunk on the floor, who was now making snow angels on the ground. I tried again. Isn't it kind of rude of us to just walk out of this party while it's still going on? Lakmal had already informed the host and he was fine with us leaving. Desperately, I tried for the third time. Okay, to be honest, I just met this really cute girl and I think I might have a shot at her. So, could you please just let me stay here for just a little longer? Lakmal scans over the crowd and then points out, "You mean the girl that's right over there?" I turn around and there she was, with another guy, looking like she's having the time of her life. Dejected and a little heartbroken, we grabbed the drunk by his shoulders and we hauled ourselves off the party. We walked all the way to Lakmal's car when all of a sudden the drunk asked us to stop. We released him like he asked, and then for the second time that night, my drunk friend looks at me, dead in the eyes, and throws up all over my shoes. I had to exit the night early. I was robbed of my potential future girlfriend, and then I was in the middle of a parking lot with vomit all over my shoes. I screamed at the drunk. But alas, it all fell on deaf ears. Because once again, he simply falls on his face. So we just grabbed him and threw him into the back seat, along with my stinking shoes. We drove in silence, except for some mumbling from the drunken idiot back there, and we made it to the apartment building. Now, let me ask you something. Have any of you ever tried carrying an unconscious person up 3 flights of stairs? If you think that sounds like fun, sorry to disappoint you. While carrying that man, the pain was so excruciating, I felt like Paku Nisanka trying to carry the entire Sri Lanka cricket team on his back. We made it to the apartment. We rushed in, beeline to the nearest bedroom, and threw him onto the bed, thus completing our mission. The end. That night was one of the worst nights of my life. And yet, I did feel a little glad that our drunken friend managed to survive without any incident, even if it did cost me my love life. But it wasn't until many months later, during the semi-finals of the speech masters competition held in this university, did I understand the value of my actions. On that day, I needed a place to stay the night because I lived too far away, and guess who accommodated me? That's right, that same drunk from the party. He reminded me of how both Lakmal and I saved him from his drunken adventure and promised us that he will always be there for us whenever we are in trouble. I was touched. Despite my ruthless handling of that situation, this man was willing to repay back my kindness. It leaves you wondering, what if I had simply abandoned him that night? Would we still be friends? Ladies and gentlemen, kindness begets kindness. When we treat others with compassion, they will in turn treat us the same way. Now, I don't know what the outcome is of a life of selfish indulgence, but what I do know is that my friends will always be there for me, just as I will always be there for them. So if you want to lead that kind of lifestyle, cherish the people around you and be there by their side. Even if they're horizontal on the floor, even if they're returning the dinner onto the carpet, even if they're as unconscious as an ICU patient, help each other. Otherwise, when it's your turn to find your savior, you might not be as lucky as my dear drunk friend. Over to you, Congress Chair.